Central Java's Mount Slamet is an incredibly isolated ecosystem, shrouded in dense, misty forests that hide a wealth of biological data. Deep within this canopy lives the Pinang java. It is a strictly protected palm tree endemic to this single mountain range, easily identified by these clusters of brightly colored fruits. When researchers recently conducted field surveys to track the health of the species, they found a distribution that defied traditional ecological logic. The Pinang java wasn't spread evenly through the forest. Instead, the palms were found almost exclusively on treacherous cliff faces, thriving on inclines of 45 degrees or more. Palm seeds are heavy, so how is a plant with such a dense, bulky fruit scaling and populating the steepest, most inaccessible cliffs in the jungle? In a healthy population, the data forms a pyramid. A massive base of young seedlings thins out to support a few mature adults. But the Pinang java's data is inverted. The seedling base has dropped out entirely, leaving a top-heavy structure of aging trees. Without a massive younger generation sprouting up to replace the elders, the species is heading toward a demographic collapse. The adult palms have somehow reached the sheer cliffs, but for some reason, the younger generation is vanishing. Researchers first examined the palm's fruit. Bright colors in nature often act as an advertisement, offering a meal to local wildlife in exchange for seed transport. But the montane birds of Gunung Slamet were quickly ruled out. These berries are simply too large and heavy for the local birds to consume and carry up a mountain. The answer was found on the forest floor, where researchers discovered animal scat packed tightly with palm seeds. This is the Asian palm civet. It is the palm's crucial ecological partner and its primary mode of transportation. When a civet eats the fruit, its digestive tract ferments the seeds. By the time they are deposited back into the soil, this process has created an 85% germination viability. The civets are essentially farming the mountain. As they roam, they carry these heavy seeds up the steep inclines, planting them in fertile fertilizer as they move. But being planted is only the beginning. Where do these civet-dropped seeds actually manage to survive long enough to grow? Using a generalized linear model, the researchers mapped out the palm's survival zones. The data shows that density requires 3 overlapping factors: high humidity, thick leaf litter, and steep slopes. While humidity and leaf cover are common needs, the requirement for steep slopes is more specific. It suggests a hostile environment on flat, accessible ground. Flat ground is patrolled by wild boars. They easily navigate the even terrain, rooting through the leaves to eat the young, vulnerable seedlings. Any tree that manages to mature on flat ground faces a second threat: humans. These areas are easily accessed by locals, who illegally harvest the palm heart, or umbut, for food, a process that kills the tree instantly. Between the hungry boars and human harvesters, flat terrain has become a death trap for the Pinang java at every life stage. These palms are ecological refugees, pushed to the absolute extremes of their environment to avoid extinction. The sheer cliff faces act as a natural fortress. Too steep for humans or foraging boars, they keep the adult palms at the top safe. At that same incline is the enemy of youth. When heavy mountain rains hit, they wash unanchored seeds and seedlings right off the steep slopes. The steep slopes protect the adult trees from predators, but they inevitably sweep away the babies, resulting in the broken population curve seen in the data. The Pinang java is an indicator species, a visible gauge for the overall health and balance of the montane forest. Traditional botanical gardens are not enough for a plant that is so deeply reliant on its specific local ecosystem. Conservation requires strict enforcement of slope protections and providing locals with alternative resources to stop the harvesting of palm hearts. Saving the Pinang java is impossible in isolation. We have to protect the entire forest web, especially the civets that plant its future.